Yo, so I was watching our dialogue and Dame Dash is trying to explain his 800,000 debt that he was in, or he's still in, or quite not in. It's kind of weird. He's in a ranch talking with a mask or a mask or a bandana around his face. I don't know. He's hiding his teeth. Maybe he had more dental problems where his teeth fell out, or he's been playing too much Red Dead Redemption and he actually thinks he's a cowboy on the run. I don't know. But he tried to explain himself. Here he
So
goes.
you have an issue with the narrative that people is pushing, saying that Jay he need to help you out and give you some money.
That was corny. What should he give me money for? Like, when did I ask for him to give me any money, and why do I need any money from Jay Z?
It's kind of crazy. I came in here. I know I shouldn't just. You want to hear everything he's saying, but I'm gonna let it play soon. But it's funny how this guy is always in the shadow of Jay Z. Cause Jay Z, as he's doing better than Dame. There's no one going after Jay Z that we know of, and we hear like, oh, Jay Z has to go to court. Someone suing Jay. Someone asking for 800,000 from Jay Z. We hear Jay Z just making deals, moves, and we hear that he's doing very well financially. Because he's doing very well financially, you people would think somebody who was a friend of Dame Dash would throw him a lifeline. Here's a million here, a million there. But we haven't seen that. And it goes to show how sour the relationship had become between Dame Dash and Jay Z towards the end of Rockefeller. To a point where even if this guy was 100 million in debt, Jay Z ain't gonna come and bail him out because the way we all see it and we all know it, as being truthful, is that this guy, as Cameron was saying, this guy had so much money coming in and it was all mismanaged by who? Dame Dash himself. I'll let this play.
I've been not trying to get no money with him, so why would I want to start getting money with him now? Not all money is good money to me. But like, why would I? Why? Because there's a lawsuit for 800 grand, and because I owe 20 million in taxes. Like I said, until you pay 20 million in taxes, don't feel sorry for me.
20 million in tax. He owes 20 million in taxes, and he's on a ranch. I'm really baffled, man. I had some tax problems, man. I was crying my eyes out. I was like, man, how are we gonna pay all the taxes? But we got there at the end, man. We figured something out. But Dame Dash, 20 million? I don't even think he brings in 1 million for the year. So this is making things worse for him. Cause imagine you owe 20 million taxes and you're sitting down there on a ranch worth 4 or 5 million, 25 acres. It's looking odd. It doesn't make sense.
And if you do feel sorry, enough to say another man should send me something, Ray Daniels, because you my man, but you never called me and said, Damon, you all right? Do you need anything?
This isn't outsourcing, it's outsmarting. She runs 2 companies with a team of AI specialists, and it works.
None of the people that have vocalized that another man, and to me, again, that whole conversation is a bit feminine. But if you're gonna say some like that, you should have actually done something to help the problem. But I never got the call from Ray saying, do you need anything? And anyone else that I've ever given, paid a bill, paid their rent, paid their college, any dollar, not one person, and I don't want them to, because they know I'm all right. But not one person has called and said, yo, could I send you something to help? But I don't need the help. But if you're gonna talk about it, be about it. But to me, that's just a jab when you tell and promote a false narrative and say that I'm in such a bad place that another dude should help me and that my tail's in between my legs to the extent because of a lawsuit that I would actually take that money. I'm a man. I don't want nobody to give me nothing but the opportunity to do what I got to do. And I don't see no opportunity. I don't want to perform for the Super Bowl. I'm not all right with the NFL. I'm still mad it ain't no black owners. We went from kneeling to being happy when we could perform for them. That wasn't what I was about. I was about ownership of our own league and taking pride in that. I'm not a court jester for everybody else to get good ratings. I know what we're being used for, and I'm not cool with that. So it's a big deal is to jump on a stage for a bunch of white owners? No, that's embarrassing to me. It's a spectacle. They're laughing at us. Like being patted on the back by another culture is not how I judge my success. Only person that has the audacity to pat me on my back is my family. And they better, I'd be like, you better chill out. I don't want no pats on the back. I don't play that. I'm not in the patty pat club.
Okay, this is hilarious. Dame Dash, he speaks some sense though, but cause Jay-Z was one of those people who was like against, NFL stuff like that. And then afterwards, yeah, they paid him a check, and now he's like, oh yeah, you guys, you get in line now. I'm Jay-Z. You listen to me. And I thought to myself like, wait a minute. Now you're on their side. It's like it kind of looked hypocritical to me that Jay-Z would like flip like that. But guess money talks. But this is where Dame Dash is pointing out where Jay-Z has been a bit of a hypocrite.
On no level.
Yeah, so that's it. Well, that's the video. Well, that's it. Yeah, Dame Dash has still been talked about. How his finances still in the shadow of Jay-Z, which is unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it's like you came up with Jay-Z, and he's more successful. So people are looking and thinking, man, ain't he gonna help him out? But as he said, yeah, why should Jay help him out? He's his own. He's a grown man. He's his own person, and the debts he got into are his own doing. He should have paid those New York taxes. He should have kept everything in line. He overspent. He thought the good times will never end. And the problem is that when you have something going, always keep money on the side. Cause it's always the same story. Everyone thinks the money will never run out. And when it runs out, they're sitting down, they're like, where's the money? It's like, yo, the trend's over. Our time's up. The money's gone. And that's it, really. I'm out. Like, subscribe, and that's it for today's video.